YouTube, welcome back for the final match in the quarterfinals. We've got Clan Dream Team going up against Rusty 40. Clan Dream Team is on the attack. Rusty 40 is on the defense. This is the final match, and this will decide which one of these two teams is going to go through to the finals, where they'll be playing against Coalition Francophone. Everything is on the line for these two teams as we play on Hillsome 02. It can be a very difficult map for either team, attacking or defending. If you missed it, YouTube boys, we did a walkthrough prior to the match starting on Twitch. If you're not watching these matches live on Twitch, you're missing out on so much content. Nevertheless, last time, Rusty 40 was on the attack. This week, they're on the defense. Rusty 40 managed to take 3 caps last week, but they did lose the match overall by their tickets running out. Clan Dream Team need to either take 3 caps and have more tickets remaining, or they need to go all the way and take 4 caps. There are only 4 caps on this map. If I open up the map, you can see it right there. And that's pretty much the rundown. You're all caught up, YouTube. As always, YouTube, make sure you drop by the Twitch channel. Links in the description below where you get all the content. You're only getting a little snippet of the content here on YouTube. Nevertheless, remember to like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the game. For the first starting phase, I'm just double checking, making sure everyone is on the right teams. Everyone is. If you're wondering why the Germans have more, it's because I count as a player. So it's actually 39 versus 39. Don't consider this an extra player for them. They are playing with 39 versus 39. I just count as an extra player. So let's head on over to Dream Team, who are going to be on the attack tonight, as stated, to see what they're doing. My camera speed is super slow. I'm just speeding it up. We are on a big map. It is a Chapter 1 map. One of the smaller Chapter 1 maps in terms of caps. Only 4 caps. We've got an MSP heading towards the first cap. Sherman and a MSP heading south, probably towards the second cap. Transport vehicles heading out towards Hillsome Town, it looks like. And we've also got a Sherman heading towards the first cap. Zeus, commander for Dream Team. He's sending his command car towards that first cap as well. Most likely trying to speed up the cap rate as fast as possible. 3 tanks coming out here from Dream Team as well. They have their Cromwell out. And this is some interesting interesting tactics, man. I mean, it works. You got to do it. So that is a Logi team. Oh, they fell off. That is a Logi team heading towards the perimeter of the map. Most likely they're going to get a mortar team built up. What is Rusty 40 doing? Rusty, okay, we spoke about this in the match talk prior. Rusty 40 isn't committing bodies to this first cap. This first cap is pretty much impossible for the defenders to hold. It's a free cap for the attackers. That means they're going to get an extra 10 to 15 minutes. I always forget if it's 10 or 15 minutes. That means Dream Team is going to get an extra 10 to 15 minutes added onto the attacking time, which is going to make it even harder for Rusty 40 in the long run. That means they only have 3 caps to defend after that. We'll have to see if the tactic of not sending anything up to this first cap holds out. I mean, you can't really blame Rusty 40. They can't really get bodies to the cap before Dream Team have already made it. You can see the cap has already been neutralized. Zeus is there as the commander. They've got a full squad. So that cap is going super quickly. There is a 40-to-1 infantry squad in the tree line just south of that first cap, but they're not going to be able to make it in time. Even if they did, Zeus and this squad here is still going to be enough to neutralize the cap. They're also holding up the perimeter. They're probably going to shoot 40-to-1 as they push forward here. Can 41 to get onto the cap quickly. Couple of grenades going out, and the first cap has been taken. So you can see already 56 minutes on the board for the attacking team now. And we're already onto the second cap. Nothing really Rusty 40 can do about that. As said, it's the design of this map. It's very hard to hold that first cap. Let's head back over towards the second cap, though, where more interesting things are happening at the moment. You can see Dream Team had a big column of troops, you could say, heading out towards the second cap. They've got an MSP heading towards the German main base here, looking to get in a flanking position. They've also got that transport vehicle just dropping off a few infantrymen there. They have another transport vehicle dropping more infantry here. This is going to be a big infantry push with that MSP coming in from the south of the cap. And you can see Rusty 40 don't really have any defenders south of cap here. They don't really have any infantry. They've got a medic looking that way, but for the most part, that south is going to be completely uncontested. Rocker has got his binoculars out. He's trying to spot where those movements were. We've got that tank as well. I believe that was the Sherman, also heading south. We actually have a what is this? is it is a 88. So we've actually got Slug, a forward 88. Unfortunately for him, the tank managed to drive right by him. That's very unfortunate for Slug. Otherwise, that would have been a great forward 88, able to pop out and take out that Sherman in 2 shots, 3 shots. And we've got a big smoke barrage coming down now. This is those mortars. You can see those mortars all the way up there, northwest of the map. Mortars going down, helping cover this southern infantry push coming onto the second cap. Rusty 40 need to watch out here. This is a big infantry push coming on. They've also got tank support also coming into the south here. Rusty 40 have a lot of their infantry. A full squad is still at the first cap, very far out of position. There is still a 3-minute cooldown on the cap being unlocked, but Rusty 40, they don't want to get caught out of position here, because this could be very disastrous them if they lose this second cap just after the first one. That's gonna put them really on the back foot there. We've got infantry from Rusty 40 pushing out over here. Looks like they're trying to get a northern perimeter. They're maybe trying to think that, we might have a big push of tanks coming in from the north. Let's get ready to counter that. Zeus there from Dream Team. He's got his little commander card. Jones out. He's on the hunt. You can see all these forward scouts here. This is how competitive players like to play. They always have infantry eyes everywhere. You can actually see Jones is actually an AT crewman, so he's doing he's an AT infantryman, should I say. So he's actually doing his job very well. He's going out, he's looking for those tanks to hunt down. He's doing his best to earn tickets for his team and cancel out any asset support that Dream Team might have. So we've got the Triggered and Dylan driving around in a little Puma looking for targets. The Puma is probably the best German scout car in terms of its efficiency. It can take out tanks. It's good at dealing with infantry. It's very fast. It's nimble. It can take a hit. Cromwell over here, going around on the north and trying to wrap around the north, coming down on the west, trying to wrap around that first cap. We've got another. Is this another 88? No, we actually have a Jag Panzer. Is it a Jag? Yeah, it's the IV-70 non-camo. It's waiting for any tanks, and actually it's got a good angle here. Gizmo, Jackal, and Waffle have positioned themselves in a great angle here. That Cromwell could come into eyes of sight of this Jag and head on. That's head on. The Cromwell, obviously, the Cromwell has a turret, a little bit faster. It could outmaneuver the IV-70 here, but that IV-70 got a big gun on it. It's packing ACR. Waffle just calling out that he saw a vehicle there, and it's actually the MSP, infantry vehicle, MSP there. That IV could take out a tank there. That Cromwell, it'd be a very hard shot. That's a big angle, a big distance for it to hit. So we've got we've got one transport vehicle and an MSP coming in on the western side. That IV-70 is going to have to watch out. It's got no infantry support. Its engine is also on. You can see Knight there. Knight is 80 extraordinaire for Dream Team. He's done such an incredible job taking out tanks in previous games for Dream Team. He's a one-man army with his AT kit. Meanwhile, Dream Team, that infantry push that came in from the south, covered by the smoke, has actually come very far. You can see Dino there. He's actually commander for Rusty 40. He actually one of the casualties from this big infantry push coming in from the south. Rusty 40, you need to watch out here because they're going to be quickly sandwiched on both sides. They've got this big infantry push coming in from the west. It's from the south. They've got infantry pushing from the east, and they also have that big infantry wave starting to roll in around that Jagdpanzer that is soon going to be coming in from the west. So Rusty 40 under a lot of pressure here for getting very sandwiched on this second cap quickly. We've got a couple of casualties over here. We've actually got the IV-70 engaging in some combat. He's managed to take out a vehicle. Which vehicle was that? It was actually the MSP. The MSP, that's a big kill for that IV-70. And Jones over here doing his job. He also took out that transport vehicle. Did he? Because there was an MSP and a transport vehicle. I don't see the transport vehicle. No, the transport vehicle is over at Squad 8. But nevertheless, Waffle and his Waffle and his IV-70 has done a good job in delaying a second front opening for Rusty 40 there. That MSP going down has cancelled out a spawn. There is still infantry in that area, so there is still a rally. So there is still a danger over there. Nevertheless, so that is going to delay that push on the western side. Very good there by Rusty 40. We've also got a vehicle that's been taken out here. What kind of vehicle is it? It is the Sherman has been taken out. Interesting to see what took out this Sherman. it was probably the AT. We have Phoenix over there. AT. We also have that 88. Slug would have actually had an angle potentially on that Sherman as well through the buildings. So that is a Sherman taken out and an MSP taken out by Rusty 40. So initially that big infantry push coming in from the south was very scary, but Rusty 40 has managed to cling on. They've held on. They've held on so far. Good composure here. You can see there is a ticket lead opening up, but it's still early stages of the game though. 40 ticket lead at this point of the game, still very early. Time on the board, 50 minutes. Dream Team, plenty of games still to play. We've actually got a casualty over here. Jackal has been taken out. Jackal was one of the crew, and it is Knight. We mentioned his name. He is chasing the IV-70. He's actually chasing the IV-70 straight towards the Cromwell. So this IV-70, again, it's so easy for infantry to take it out. Good close-range HE. Well done there. I mean, as a tanker main, I like my tanks, okay? That is very good competitive player knowledge there. They knew there was an AT chasing them. That car hitting them, bumping them, they knew it was there. All they had to do was blast the HE close, and that kills Knight, who was trying to get behind the IV. Nevertheless, the IV has been pushed straight towards the Sherman and Cromwell. The IV can beat the Sherman in a straight fight here. The Sherman has such a hard time penning the IV, but the Sherman has mobility. But also the Cromwell on the angle. The Cromwell might come in. Big hit there from the IV. Takes the Sherman already down to below 50% health. This Sherman needs to get out of there now. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Flee. You have a hard time penning that Jagdpanzer, that IV-70. And there goes the smoke. We called it. There goes the smoke. That Sherman knows it needs to get out of there now. Gizmo and Waffle are doing their best here to keep them alive. They're trying to take out the Sherman. You can see, I think Waffle is the one driving. Gizmo shooting potentially. And we've got a second transport vehicle coming in here now. Goes right by the IV. Doesn't care. He's like, okay, Sherman, you deal with that. You can see Gizmo and Waffle, they're doing their best. The IV isn't a great maneuverable tank. It's really more about an ambushing tank. Nevertheless, they might get eyes on the Sherman here. As the Sherman tries to limp away. Sherman's limping away the best it can. Can Gizmo or Waffle land that final shot? And the Sherman just breaks through the trees. Sherman is going to save itself time being. Oh, no, he doesn't. Gizmo and Waffle sniping it through the trees as the Sherman was doing its best to retreat there. The Sherman trying to flee, trying to use the trees, trying to break line of sight. Gizmo and Waffle's like, nah, 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 nah. You came on to us. We're going to finish this fight. Good kill there for Waffle and Gizmo. That is an MSP and a tank to their name now. And they also took out a transport vehicle. That's 5 tickets. It all adds up at the end of the day. Where did the Cromwell go is a very interesting question. I think the Cromwell's actually chasing the Puma. You can see the Puma all the way north of the map. We'll go have a look at the second. We just flew back over the cap for a second to see what is happening here on the infantry front. There's still a big wave of infantry trying to push forward for Dream Team in the south there, the southeast of cap. Rusty 40 also have a new front starting to open up here on the western side, but they've done a good job. You can see It's Laws, Joe Mama, Alex below me, Bojangles there. They're holding back this western front. Weymouth and Jones also on the flank there. Jones already committing a lot as an AT role this game. He's doing a good job already helping with key information. Sometimes you might not have a lot of kills. You might not have done a lot in the game. You might think you had like, that game was very good. But honestly, the biggest contribution anyone can have in Postscriptum, if you want to be a valued player on any team, information. Share information. Any information you share is more valuable than anything else. Sharing accurate and knowledgeable information is the key to winning in Postscriptum. Learn to share information, do it well, do it concisely, and share accurate information, and you will see your wins in Postscriptum increase. Your team will love you. Your squad leaders might be, your squad leader or commander might get annoyed, like, shut up, you're talking too much. But at the end of the day, this game is all about communication and sharing information and coordinating together. So, you know, talk, share info as long as it's valid. Let's head back over to the cap. You can see Zeus Commander over there in the north. He's just got his binoculars out, no doubt. He's trying to help his team. He's trying to coordinate this attack the best he can. I expect artillery will be called in at some point, or potentially smokes from him. Starkly pushing forward here. So we've got a big infantry. We've got squad 2, 3, and 4 there for Dream Team. Trying to wrap around. We've got 4 coming south, 2 heading to the right, 3 heading to the left. Trying to get a envelopment around the cap here. Doing what they need to do. Tickets wise, about 70 tickets almost in it. 45 minutes on the board, still plenty of time. Let's just check. Yeah, both teams still have even amount of members. Speaking of that, Stephen just disconnected at a poor time. He got the curse there, the commentator curse, but he'll be back and he'll be auto assigned. Weymouth reviving Jones there. Jones out looking for more kills. We've got a medic over here. We've actually got Diox on his own over here. He's maybe just trying to share some information to his team. Oh, it looks like the IV-70 has been re-engaged by Knight, and it looks like we're back on the board. Who was it? It was actually a combination of Knight and Pyro. They get the tank kill on Waffle and Gizmo. So it's now at 1-1 between the battle between Knight and Waffle. Tankers versus AT. That battle is even at 1-1. The Puma has completely retreated as well. The Puma is heading back towards the cap by the looks of it. And we've got the Firefly heading out here with the Answer and Minx. This Firefly will chew through anything the Germans put out. If you have an accurate gunner who knows what they're doing in the Firefly, you can one-shot anything the Germans put out if you get yourself in the right position, use the right ammo, you hit the target in the right place. The Triggered and Dylan, they could actually pick off that Firefly. A Puma can very easily pick off the Firefly, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Triggered and Dylan went back out there. They loaded a APCR and they tried to get onto the flank of the Firefly to take it out. Looks like Rusty 40 has consolidated their defense very well, though. They have 2 MSPs actually on point. And here comes that artillery we spoke about. 3, is that 3, 4, 5, 6. Jonah goes down. 7. Bobby goes down. 8. That's a big artillery barrage for only 2 kills. Didn't get the 88 either that has been built here to help the defenders. Maybe a little bit too concise. If I was Zeus there, I would have maybe made the area of effect for the artillery very wide. That was very condensed on that 3-story building. If it was a little bit wider, it might have maybe hit the MSP. You can see Bobby Smalls just respawned on one of the MSPs below me. The second MSP is right next to this warehouse below me as well. I'm sneezing. Here comes a strafe. That is an allied strafe coming in. Not really effective there at all. Good smoke barrage coming in, though. You can see a Kanak there taking advantage of this smoke barrage. Trying to get a few revives out for this team. Oh, my God. Hiccuped and sneezing all at once. I cannot believe it. Squad 3 from Rusty 40 as well, doing a good job here. They did flank around to the left there, almost directly south of the cap as well. They're slowly moving up the tree lines along the road, the bush lines. Rhubarb, the next are pushing. I just heard a vehicle get blown up next to us as well. Rhubarb goes down there. He gets spotted by Bastone. Bastone taking him down there. We had a vehicle get blown up over here. I don't see it, though. Oh, there it is. It is a transport vehicle. And we've had another vehicle go down over here. It is Knight yet again. He's back at it. He's just taken out a 2-2-2 now. That's his second tank kill of the game. He's bandaging up. He's looking over his kills. Knight, that's a big kill for him there. That's 2 kills for him now. I did mention it. Knight, you got to watch out for him. He's very special at his AT killing capabilities. You put the Payat in his hand. You put the Panzer, you put a bazooka. He's going to take out some tanks. Zeus still in up. We still got that 88 with Slug there. That 88 is placed in such a good position, though, that any tanks coming down straight from the Allied main, they have to go straight past that 88, and that 88 might pick up a few easy, cheeky kills there. We've got another infantry wave. Looks like they're trying to form over here. Squad 8 They're on the edge of the tree lines, maybe waiting for tank support as we have a tank moving through the trees here. It is a Firefly with a 3-man fire crew. I can't pronounce the 2 names. The only one I can see is Nanla Felin. Firefly moving forward, and we've got the Answered over there as well, moving down. Jackal there. Jackal getting a little revenge for his tank crew. He takes out Knight. Jackal getting a little bit of revenge there, and there goes Jones and Weymouth. I believe Weymouth is a infantryman. So what he's doing, he's supplying Jones when Jones runs out of rockets or his magnetic mines, whatever he may be using. He gets refilled with Mayus. Very good teamwork there. We've got an abandoned transport vehicle here. Its engine has been disabled, so you know. A couple of disconnects. I'll keep my eye on them, make sure they get assigned to the right team. They should do. They know what teams to play on now. Dream Team's assault here in the south has kind of fizzled out. It looks like their MSP was found and destroyed. They only have 1 rally active now from what I can see, and it's with Paracetamol squad there. They do have a push coming in along the road here, 76. But Rusty 40 has a very solid defense so far. Oh, and speaking of that 88, there is Slugbush. There is an MSP heading towards his direction. Slugbush must be able to hear this. He's looking in its direction. He knows there's something out there. He's just seen the infantry spawn. Can he see the MSP? He's looking for it. He knows there's something. He heard the engine, but he just didn't spot where it went. And you can see it's hidden very nicely in this little lowland ditch here behind the bushes. That's going to be very hard for Slug to spot. He could spot it. He might spot the glint of the roof, and he could also potentially spot infantry spawning. And that infantry has spawned. They're pushing in on the north side of Cap now. We also had a big infantry push coming in over here on the northwestern side of the Cap. Squad 5 for Rusty 40 are holding it back, doing a good job holding this wave. Open ground for Dream Team to push across here for this infantry. Very hard for them to make any ground here. They have to push across some open fields with only very, very minimal cover. They've got a little bush row here, a little rise in the land so you could prone behind the windmills, hard cover there. Still very hard for them to push across when you've got MGs, no doubt, and snipers placed. You've got Itzlaws there. He's got his little binoculars out. He's looking to spot where the infantry is pushing from. You've got another sniper below me. Derby Jack pushing out. Smoke barrage actually killed Bojangles there. Good smoke barrage coming in. I feel Dream Team need to commit a little bit of their tanks towards infantry support at this point. So far, we've seen the tanks fighting with each other. But I feel Dream Team might need to commit some of their tanks towards helping an infantry push. I feel that's where they're falling a little bit short at this point. We've got another Firefly, the Answered Anemics over here with their Fireflies. So we've got 2 Fireflies. That's 2 heavy tanks for the Allies. If they lose those Fireflies, I believe they'll only have a Churchill left. And it looks like Waffle has returned, and he decided he's going to bring out a big boy himself. They started with the IV-70. They actually had a good trade with that IV-70, taking out an MSP and also a Sherman. So they've decided, you know what, we've seen what they've had, we've seen what they can do, let's bring out something big ourselves. And they brought out the Panther. Panther is going to be in a very even fight between the Fireflies. Panther and Firefly, very even fight, could go either way. Really comes down to the crew at that point, the gunner, the driver, and the rest of the crewmen helping to spot and all that kind of stuff. Also, infantry support can come in, sharing that information like we said. So important to get information shared. The biggest thing for tankers is being told where an enemy tank location is. Always let your team know where the enemy tanks are. It will make such a difference. Your tankers will love you for it. Speaking of tanks, that Firefly with the Answered and Minx is slowly creeping forward. He has to watch out. That Panther is lurking in the tree line. It looks like he's just going to keep driving, though, and the trees will help shade him here. It looks like we have the first Firefly actually helping his infantry and doing a good job of it, putting HE down range. He's also got smoker that he can use. And look at this from Dream Team now. They actually have infantry able to push through that first infantry defensive line. And they're starting to push towards Cap now, doing a good job there. We also have that infantry coming in from the north. They push onto the perimeter. You can see the battle going out here. Smokes being exchanged on both sides from mortars and commander assets. The infantry here doing a good job from Dream Team, starting to push that perimeter. Time on the board, 35 minutes. Still plenty of time. It's almost like the match has only just begun. Tickets-wise, 70 tickets in it. Not a huge margin with so much time left. Firefly moving away from that tree, which is a good job. You don't want to be too close to the tree because you can see, look at there he is. There's Jones. Jones has been told there's a tank, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to take out that Firefly. If there's no one to spot Jones making this run, if there's no one to help this Firefly... Oh, the Firefly has actually put a few shots. The Firefly might spot Jones, and it does. Jones goes down. Haziel's trying to sneak up on that Firefly. So good job there by that Firefly crew. Very, very good awareness there, making sure they don't get flanked. They moved away from the trees to give them good visibility to make sure infantry can't sneak up on them. Infantry pushing in here. We've got squad 2, 3, and 4 doing a good job pushing forward here for Rusty 40. Rusty 40 repelled all that infantry in the south. Now they need to shift their focus and move towards the north because there's a big infantry wave coming in here from the north. Zeus, commander there, was trying to get in to the Cap area. Unfortunately for him, he got taken out, and now his commander car is stuck in no man's land at this point. That's going to be free 10 tickets, or better yet for Rusty 40, disable the engine but leave it alive. That is a huge vehicle loss if Zeus can't get that back. That means he can't use it to get his squad leaders in quicker position. It means he loses access to a mobile radio. Artillery placed on the Firefly takes it down to about 70% health. 4 rounds, not enough to take it out. Takes it down to 70% health. Not enough to finish it off. Meanwhile, we've got Panther versus Firefly. Panther misses 2 shots. Firefly up on the ridge has the height advantage, and I think that's going to be a dead Panther. Panther's down to about 20% health. One more and it's dead. And there goes the Panther. The Firefly, actually very clever there for the Firefly. Getting up on the ridge and then turning around to face the south. Almost as if he's covering his teammates in the other tank's back. And that Panther caught off guard a little bit. Maybe, you know, hard angle for the Panther to see a tank on the ridge line. And it missed 2 shots. Managed to hit a glancing shot, but it just scraped the paint. Now all that tank support Dream Team had is retreating at maybe the wrong time. Those tanks were doing a good job pushing through here for Dream Team, being a big distraction, even having artillery assets caught on them. Nevertheless, Dream Team infantry has broken through some of the defensive line in the north. They have taken the northernmost farming barn there. See, Zodiac went down in there. Basto, Paracetamol, Virus on the outside. Bobby Smalls also goes down. The free story is the next line of defense. In fact, that is the only line of defense left for Rusty 40 on the north. Big smoke screens also blinding them there. Puma, is that the Puma? You got the Triggered and Dylan heading back with that Puma, looking to support infantry on the northern side, maybe here. Oh no, it's not the Puma, sorry, it's a 232. At some point the Puma must have been destroyed. They've returned with a 232. This 232 is going to be perfect at killing infantry. And I've just seen in chat that Dream Team is actually capping the point. Dream Team are actually capping the point, so it's all hands on deck at this point for Rusty 40. All hands on deck. You can see they've thrown infantry back to hold this northern push. That 232 is going to be devastating to infantry here if he gets himself into a good position. He's trying to clear out this barn first. Doing a good job there. You can actually see a Firefly with Nanali is trying to return, maybe looking to deal with that 232. And the 232 is starting to go to town now. It's driving down the roads. It's putting shots into the bushes. It's machine gunning. This is so devastating to infantry. A 232 or any auto cannon tank that the Germans have is so devastating for the Allies to deal with. Artillery barrage takes out the 88. So a well-placed artillery barrage in taking out an asset. No real infantry. Maybe got one infantryman, but aside from that, no real infantry killed there. But they did take out the 88 placement. A good strafe there actually killed Viking. A well-placed strafe actually killed Viking there as he was trying to get some snipes on his building there. It looks like the Dream Team MSP has been compromised a little bit. You can see that 88 is putting shots down now on the northern side. Looks like Rusty 40 have managed to hold back that tidal wave, but it was a little bit risky that, for them for a second. There was a little bit of panic as they called out the cap was being neutralized. Ooh, and a bad call there killed Lawnman as he got out to fix his tank. This Firefly is now going to go down. It is a sitting duck. Jones is on the flank. He's got his grenade in hand. Kills the crewman. And that is going to be a dead Firefly. Engine disabled. Nanley got out. And that Firefly is now stuck in no man's land. And I would not be surprised if Jones actually left this tank alive instead of destroying it. If he leaves this tank alive, that means Dream Team can only have 2 other tanks on the field. And that means Rusty 40 have a Firefly held hostage. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jones decides maybe, you know what, I'm not going to destroy that. I'm going to keep it alive, meaning Dream Team lose a tank limit. Speaking of tanks, we've got the second Firefly moving in here. We've also got infantry from Dream Team starting to push on the western side again. Squad 8, and we've got a transport vehicle dropping off a squad there as they try pushing from the west. Squad 1 also doing a little push along the northwestern road there. It's being countered, though, by Darby Jack, Alex, It's Lowe's. The Greg, Stephen Greg. Let's just check. Yep, everyone is on the right teams. Perfect. Greg, you gotta hear that gunshot. Yeah, thank you. You gotta. Greg goes down though. That there is still a rally inside there from It's Lowe's for his team. Big infantry push coming in now from the west. If that Firefly can come forward now, that'd be great to help that infantry. And the Sherman, yep, the Firefly is still alive. Jones. I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave that Firefly alive and they know that is a tank lost for Dream Team. Sometimes it's more viable to have the vehicles hold hostage than outright destroy them. Speaking of destroying them, though, it looks like Slug finally saw where the MSP was. He put some shots in there. That MSP is now destroyed from Dream Team in the north there now. So Dream Team have been reset on the north now. Squad 7 and 3. They've got to rally down, but they've lost a lot of momentum. Time on board, 27 minutes. Time is starting to run out. Firefly has been destroyed. Firefly has been destroyed now. Time is starting to run out now, though. 27 minutes. Tickets-wise, Rusty 40 is starting to pull away with a 100-ticket lead at this point. And I hear a new tank. It's a big tank as well, and it is a second Panther. Waffle Jack and Gizmo have returned with their second Panther. That is potentially their last heavy tank. This could be their last heavy tank, or they may have a Tiger. Nevertheless, it looks like they're not going to push out. They're going to be more centered on holding the south of the cap and remaining near infantry. I imagine they don't want to lose another heavy tank at this stage, so they might play that tank a little bit closer to the cap and not go out like we've seen it before on the far west and north. This squad here from It's Lowe's. Let's just speak about this squad here as well from It's Lowe's in the north. This squad from It's Lowe's have held this windmill so long. They've been trying to hold back this Dream Team push. You can see Weymouth there knows where they're spawning from. He's trying to get on it. He's a pioneer. He gets one kill. He gets headshot though. And It's Lowe's squad have held onto that that windmill for so long. Speaking of holding on, I want to find where these mortars are. Unfortunately, I can't see where the mortars are. I have to go find them physically myself. I can't see at a certain distance. I can't see the enemy team, even though I'm the admin. So I actually have to go find them. And it looks like Dino did the job for me. Dino, commander for Rusty 40, sacrificed his command car, but he found where the mortar team is for Dream Team. And look at this on Dream Team. They have 4 mortars. And look, this is how you place your mortars. You don't put them all gathered in one pit. You space them far apart, so it's so hard for the enemy team to destroy them with a commander asset, or even getting a person over here and dropping a satchel on them. That makes it hard for the other team to take them out. So very good mortar placement there from Dream Team. Well done. That's something that competitive teams do a lot. They're very good at spacing out the team. They'll usually do it like that. They'll place all 4 in very spread areas, or what they'll do is they'll do 2 teams of 2 and make sure they're spread. The Answer and Nemix here, putting some smokes down range, supporting this infantry on the western side. Big infantry push now. Squad 4, 1, 2, 6, and 8, along with a firefighter support, trying to push through the west. Nutcracker and W have finally eliminated its low squad from that windmill, and that is a defensive line that has been broken through now by Dream Team. Dream Team are pushing Rusty 40 further into the cap. Time 24 minutes, still plenty of time for them to get on this cap and take it. Tickets wise, Rusty 40 very comfortable with a 100 ticket lead. I'm curious where that tank is, and there it is. Waffle, Jack, and Gizmo with that Panther have moved forward. They're looking to deal with that Firefly. They're just waiting for a clean shot. You can see Jackal, he's got his binoculars out. He's doing his best to spot the Firefly. They know they can fire blind. One shot misses. They're trying to fire blind on the Firefly. Second shot, it hits the tree just in front of the Firefly. This Firefly left its engine on, and it's firing its machine gun and its cannon, so it's giving its position away. That Panther just can't hit it. That tree is blocking its shots. And there it goes. It's finally aligned its shot. One shot in the front, and now that Firefly has to retreat. Good hit there on the Firefly. Takes it down to about 80% health. A second shot takes it down to about 60% health. I wonder if the Panther's using APCR. Some smokes going out there, covering the Firefly, allowing it to retreat. Now, Rusty 40 have tank supremacy on cap, and they can start pushing back the Dream Team infantry, pushing in on the western approach here. W, Steven, Papa, and... oh, we've got Papa Hours, Papa Fury. They're pushing along this northwestern road. Mortars continually to rain down on cap. HE and smokes. Lots of kills. I imagine mortars are probably going to be the highest kills this game. We've also got infantry pushing forward from the south. Just double check, because I think we had some disconnects. No, everyone is still on the right teams. Basto, Horse, Servers, GG, Adobe, and Steel pushing through the south here. We've also got a push coming on the southwestern approach here, but it's being encountered by a couple of 40-1 infantry there. Mad Matt on the flank here. He gets tagged down. Wasn't able to hit his shots on Rusty or Rhubarb there. And they're heading to reinforce the south. Rico goes down. Let's just open up the map and have a look at what's happening on the map so far. So we've got Zeus has got his command car back. He's in the north, trying to just spot for his team. It looks like the 88 was destroyed, and there is a new tank coming forward for the allies here. Also, Paracetamol is driving forward a new MSP, and it is a Steward. I have a love for the Steward. It is probably one of the worst tanks in the game, but it's also one of my favorite tanks in the game. This Steward will get destroyed in one shot by anything. It actually has less health than the Staghound and Puma. It is made of paper. You could breathe on this tank and it will be destroyed. So one Panzerschreck and this is going to be taken out. Nevertheless, if you've got nothing else to use, if you've got nothing left in your arsenal, you got to use something, and something is better than nothing. So this steward is going to help as best he can, put some HE down range, help his infantry. There goes one shot already firing onto the cap, onto the defenders. Dream Team still pushing forward. That Panther helping hold back the tide here, and I imagine he's just been told, well, you've got a new tank target. Artillery from Zeus coming down on cap, getting one kill. No other kills, just one. It looks like that was about 8 barrage, an 8-round barrage. Strafes coming in as well. No real kills with those strengths. Oh no, and there goes Phoenix. Phoenix is an A-teamer. One shot. It looks like he's using a Panzerfaust. No, it is a Panzerstrike, so this is going to be an easy hit for him. He did miss his first shot. Can he hit the second? One hit and he will kill the steward. He's getting a little bit closer. The steward is running away. It heard that rocket go straight over its head, so it's relocating. It's going to head over towards where his infantry is, maybe. Oh, he has to watch out. Phoenix has a clear angle here. Oh, and it misses. That steward getting away with its life now. That means Physics is out of rockets. He needs to rearm, and that might give the steward the time it needs to create a little bit of impact here to help his infantry to get on cap. Oh, no. We do have a big hitter heading down the road, though. Waffle, Gizmo, and Jackal in that Panther heading forward. Heading towards the tank. Tank is also being chased by Starkly. Can Starkly get the mine placed? If he does get the mine placed. That means the steward is going to be trapped in a field. The engine goes out, and look at that. Just the magnetic mine on his own almost killed the steward. The steward is down to about 15 to 20% health with one mine being placed. The steward really needs a little bit of love. It's so low on health. Just a little bit. Just put it on par with the Staghound at least. That steward is now trapped. He has to repair his engine. The Panther is on the prowl, looking for the target. Let's open up the map again. So as we can see, we have the infantry from Dream Team trying to push in from all sides. We've got squad 1 and 2 pushing into the north, squad 4 trying to wrap around on the east. We had squad 3 coming from the south, but they got taken out, and there is another squad there, but squad 6 from Rusty 40 on the west there has countered it. The steward's engine has been repaired. He's trying to flee for his life. Jackal, Gizmo, and Waffle, they're looking for an easy kill. Look at them watching down the road. Mortars continually need to bombard the point here. Time, 80 minutes. Time is really starting to run out from Dream Team. They do have a squad pushing in from the east here. TJ Infantry, can he hold it back? He kills Virus. He is a pioneer. He's got that MP40. Such a devastating weapon at close range. One of the best weapons in the game. Kanak is going to be the next one. Bomb on point. Ooh. That Mustang, if that was a little bit deeper, that could have been an easy Panther kill there. Very unfortunate then for not getting that Panther kill. And Rusty 40 looking very solid on the defense. TJ managed to hold back almost a full squad there. It was John Marston in the end who managed to take out TJ Infantry. He gets a revive on Paracetamol. Paracetamol is probably going to revive Kanak. Kanak's going to revive Varus. And they're going to continue to push in from the east here. Slugbrush is going to be the next line of defense for the infantry here. Lots of smokes going down. Ooh, John Marston wasn't able to be saved in time. Nevertheless, Slug has gone down, and this push on the east continues. Panther still on cap. He's enjoying a nice little smoke screen that's been granted to him. He's putting shots down range. He's actually firing onto another tank. We've got a destroyed vehicle here. It is the Firefly. Oh, a bounce from the Firefly. Very lucky. And we have a dead A P-38 was destroyed at some point, so a German tank was taken out. This Firefly, its engine's disabled, it's facing the wrong way, and it's getting fired upon by that Panther. I actually have no idea how that Firefly managed to survive 2 shots in the rear from a Panther. 2 bounces in the rear. I've never seen that. The smoke screen is going to clear soon, and that's going to be the final shot for the Panther. The Steward is doing his best to try help the Firefly. Ooh, a narrow miss. A narrow miss over the top. I think the next one is going to finish it. Another miss. We've got some whiffs going on there. Smoke screens going out. They're trying to save this Firefly. The infantry smoke screen just saving the tank in time. The Firefly managing to get into the trees. That is some big whiffs there from Jackal, Gizmo, and Waffle. You don't expect that from an experienced tank crew. No doubt they're going to be shaking their heads a little bit, letting that Firefly get away. This push on the east here has been held just about by Rusty 40. They've sent over more infantry to deal with it. Paracetamol was the furthest one to break through for Dream Team. He got onto the walls here, almost into that rally perimeter to knock it offline, but they have been withheld. Repelled. That's the word I'm looking for. Repelled. That Steward is back. That Steward being very brave to push into the radius of that Panther. Knowing even the HE from that Panther deal damage to the Steward. Nevertheless, he got a couple of kills, and there he goes. Like, salute the attempt, man. Give a salute to our brave Steward, the bravest tank of them all. Panther's now readjusting itself. Engaging with the Firefly. The Firefly hits a glancing shot. And it looks like the Firefly is starting to retreat. Panther scared away that Firefly. Smoke's being put out again from that Firefly. He needs to repair. He's been damaged. I think he got hit by Jones yet again. He needs a repair crane. I'm honestly surprised they haven't got a repair crane up. That fob is offline, but they can get out, repair the fob, and build their own repair crane. You get a free repair crane with a fob. I'm not sure why they didn't repair the fob and place a new repair crane. Time, 13 minutes left on the board. Teams still full. You can see teams are still full there. Just double check. You can actually have a little rundown with the kills there. You can see the kills so far for both sides. I'm not going to look at them too quickly because we've got to watch the game. 13 minutes. Tickets-wise, almost double the tickets now for Rusty 40. Even if Dream Team take this cap, I don't think they'll get any further with the amount of tickets they have left. Knight managing to flank the Panther. 2 hits on the side. The Panther's almost dead. Oh, look at the Panther. The Panther is literally 5% health, if that. Knight managed to hit 2 Piats on the side along with his grenade. He just couldn't place the mine in time before Jackal took him out. And that Panther escapes with the narrowish, I can't say it. The narrowish, I can't say it. The smallest of margins is what I'm trying to say. The narrowest of margins. There we go. I said it. It's going to retreat, get repaired, no doubt. If anyone breathes on that Panther at this point, it's dead. So it needs to get out of there. We've got another push coming in from Dream Team in the south here. They've managed to get a MSP over on the south. You can see Jones is actually alive over here. Jones sounds like he's heard an engine of some point, or he's just over here making sure nothing gets a flank. A big push on the north side. Dream Team infantry actually managed to break here on the north as well. They pushed through the infantry temporarily. Artillery, well-placed artillery. Oh, a couple of kills, but aside from that, no more. just fell a little bit too short. Dream Team pushing in through the north here the best they can. They're actually got a good amount of numbers on the cap. You can see the Panther. Panther hasn't repaired yet because they are actually worried they are about to lose the cap. So the Panther decided, I'm not going to go get repaired. I need to stick around to help my team. If we lose this cap, that could shift the balance of power. So the Panther's actually deciding, I'm going to risk my life to make sure we hold on to this cap. Very well played there. Good judgment there from Rusty40. Infantry here still pushing forward from the south. Squad 8, you got Squad 3 also pushed in from the east. We've got a new tank heading towards the field for Dream Team. It's a light tank. It's going to be a scout card Greyhound, I think. Yeah, it is a Greyhound. This Greyhound is actually going to be very good. If this Greyhound just does drive-bys, and this Greyhound can actually kill the Panther. If this Greyhound gets behind the Panther, a shot into the turret will actually finish off the Panther. Nevertheless, that Greyhound is doing its best it can to support its infantry. Just getting to the battle as fast as it can, putting shots on the north here, trying to help take this cap. They know they need to take this cap. 10 minutes left. Time is running out for Dream Team. They need to do all they can now. Push coming in. They've actually managed to find one of the rallies here. Addy trying to take down the rally. I think he threw a grenade. Yep, rally goes down, so that's a defensive rally gone. Unfortunate time for Dream Team to have a couple of disconnects at this stage of the game, because they're actually making some good progress there on the east and north side. They've also got infantry support coming in from the south. We'll open up the map again. Let's have a look at the map. Zoom out. So they've got a FOB on the south. They've got a FOB in the north west. They've also got that MSP on the northeast. The biggest thing for Rusty40 is their 2 MSPs. Rusty40 have had their 2 MSPs all game, and they've placed them very well. They've placed this one inside, which you can do. Very well placed. There's nothing against the rules with this. It keeps it inside. It keeps it shielded. You can still destroy that MSP by dropping a Stuka on top of its head or a bombing run. It will still destroy it, even though it's inside the building. And a second MSP over here, also very well placed, placing it into a pond. So it's a little bit lower down. Also with the sandbags helping cover it a little bit more. So very good there by Dream Team. Well-placed MSPs. But these MSPs could have been found. Dream Team have, and they have infantry near the area again. Multiple times, Dream Team have had infantry run by these MSPs. So it's not like they've been hidden this whole game. They have had infantry in their vicinity a few times. That Greyhound there is slowly being approached upon by the Panther. You see the Panther slowly trying to find that information is being given to it. And that Greyhound's going to drive right in front of the Panther. Panther has eyes. It's guiding the shot. Boom, one shot straight into the side. But now the Greyhound's down to about 20% health. The next shot will finish it off. Greyhound's trying to maneuver, trying to get its, keep itself alive. Did a little bit of a loop-de-loop to try and throw off the Panther. Doesn't throw it off, though. You're talking about an experienced tank crew here with Waffle, Gizmo, and Jackal. The Greyhound goes down. And also 40-1 infantry here have found the rally. Horse, IMT. They found the Dream Team rally. Grenade goes out. Rally goes down. Rage bleeds out. And then Rusty and Io take it out. The remaining infantry. So good job there. Time on board 7 minutes. And I think this might be a GG for Rusty40 at this point. With only 100 tickets left for Dream Team. And over 250 left for Rusty40. I think this is going to be the final game. And look at this final play here. The Firefly flanked at the end of the game by a Stuck 3. Engine's gone out for the Firefly. This should be an easy finish off for the Stuck there. A little flank there by the Triggered and Dylan. Firefly gets taken out at the end of the game. I think that was the last heavy tank Dream Team have. 90 tickets left. Nenix tried to get out in time to repair the engine to get them out of there, but not enough. The Firefly goes down. You see Paracetamol got towards the MSP. Derby Jack now relocating that MSP. Now they think Dream Team know where it is. They're going to relocate that MSP. Very good for them to do that. And it looks like the infantry has been repelled once again. And it looks like Rusty 40 are going to seal this. They didn't manage to hold on to the first cap, but it's not really a cap. You can hold on for the defenders. They've done a good job holding on to the second cap here. Their tanks, their infantry have played very well. It was close. Dream Team did get onto the second cap a couple of times, and they were neutralizing a few times as well. Panic set it in a couple of times for the Rusty 40 team, but nevertheless, they managed to hold on. They've done a good job here. They've held on to both caps. Panthers back on point. It's being repaired. They're stuck free now on cap as well. They're just looking to sit this game out now. They're not going to go out. They're going to sit on cap and make sure they don't lose the game in the last few minutes. 5.5 minutes on the board. Remember, 2 minutes is how long it takes to capture a point if your commander isn't helping. If your commander's helping, it takes about a minute to capture the point. The Stug actually driving down the main road now. It's just going on right about. Oh, it might be because a tank has been spotted. It is Slug. Slugbrush actually built a second tank. And it's a Churchill. Where was this Churchill earlier on? Oh, no. I can't help but feel if this Churchill was in the battle earlier in the game, we might have seen Dream Team take this first cap. The Churchill is... statistically probably the best tank in the game at the moment. It's so good. Churchill is going to get the kill on the Stug. The Stug it can't do anything at this point. Its engine's out and it's rolling to its death, and there it goes. Oh, Dylan actually disconnected. No wonder the Stug didn't engage. Dylan actually disconnected. Someone thought... I was wondering, why is Dylan driving straight towards a Churchill that he knows is in front of him? Slug actually built another forward 88. Very good for him. He's done a good job. He's actually spotted another tank. What is that another tank? Again, I can't help but feel, why didn't we see the Churchill earlier? Why did we see a Steward instead of a Churchill? Also, a Hellcat as well, which is incredibly good. One of the best tank-killing tanks in the game. He's under 5 from that 88. I can't help but feel if we had that Churchill come out earlier, this game might have gone completely differently. That Churchill is excellent at dealing with German armor because it's got a lot of armor itself. Its gun isn't as strong as the Firefly, but it has APS ammo. It's got a lot of armor. It's very hard for AT to kill this tank. It takes a full AD kit and a little bit of luck to take out a Churchill for an infantryman. 3 minutes left to go, and Dino is telling his team, don't wait for a medic. Respawn and get on cap. He's telling his team, if you die, just respawn and get on cap. We don't care. We're not losing the game with 3 minutes left. And you see, Dream Team is throwing everything they have at this point onto the cap. They've got their Churchill forward. They've got their Hellcat forward. They're doing their best. The Panther is in the smoke, and the Panther emerges from the smoke. Churchill, Hellcat versus the Panther. One bounce from the Hellcat. One shot from the Churchill. This is an even fight here. The Panther's actually winning this fight so far. One more shot on the Churchill and it dies. Churchill misses its second shot. There goes the Churchill. Can the Answer and Nemix finish off the Panther? They're getting bounces on the front. It's going to be very hard to pen the Panther from the front with a Hellcat. It really needs to get to the rear or the side. A bounce from the Panther onto the Hellcat. 2.5 minutes left. And there goes the Hellcat, taken out by Waffle, Gizmo, and Jackal. They've got a lot of tank kills this game. They can be proud. A big infantry push here from Dream Team from the north has been repelled once again. Dino is actually team commander. He's on the captured delay. Obviously, he gets that commander capping bonus. Dylan has come back. I heard something explode. It wasn't the Panther. I think it was one of the MSPs. It was. It looks like one of the MSPs was finally taken out. Yeah, you can see down below the MSP has been destroyed. Less than 2 minutes, and unless Zeus gets on cap and all the team from Dream Team gets on cap, that is going to be a win for Rusty 40. It wouldn't matter anyway. Look at the ticket difference. Nearly 200 tickets difference. This is going to be a win for Rusty 40, and that seals their placement through to the semi-finals, where they'll be playing against Collision Francophone. Commiserations to Dream Team. They had a good game today. They made it all the way through to the quarterfinals in the Season 3. I believe this is their first time in the European ladder, which is now more the international ladder at this point. So, Dream Team did a good job making it all the way to the quarterfinals. They beat some good teams to get here. It's not going to be enough, though, for them. Good effort. Nevertheless, congratulations to Dream Team. They will be the 4th team to leave the ladder. Rusty 40 head through to the semi-finals. What a good game here. I hope, as always, you guys watching on Twitch enjoyed. I did. Artillery at the end called on cap. Will it be enough to destroy the Panther at the end? It wasn't. Only 4 rounds called in. Second, oh, this is both teams calling artillery on cap. And that is going to be the end of the game. As always, my message to YouTube. If you just watch this on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out massively. It helps Scriptum be found more on YouTube so we can increase the player base. But yeah, as always, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this game. Remember to like and subscribe. And drop by the Twitch at twitch.tv/the_yasu. All links in the description to the European Ladder website, the Discord, and my socials. Let's just run down the board quickly. Starting with Rusty 40, we've got to be quick. There is the kills. Pause the video or the stream to see them. And that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be doing an interview because, like I said, I need to keep to my workout. I'm being strict with my workout. And unfortunately, this happened on a day where I need to do my workout. So, YouTube, signing off. Goodbye. And to my boys on Twitch,